Meow 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 everyone, it's me, Evil Monologue here, back again with another drawing video. Let's get straight into it. Let's do a basic card this time. Ooh, nice C rarity. We did need that one. And no skill, excellent, excellent. We did need a basic no skill card, so I'm just gonna check the attributes, just so we don't have any duplicates. Yes, we could use a small sized thing. I do already have one sea species, so I will change that. Normal element is fine. And I already have 2 melee, so I will try to get a range or a magic card instead. Ooh, range the dragon! Excellent! Attack power 2, blah blah blah. So what we have here is something small, okay? It's a small dragon. Metaphorically speaking, a dragon can be anything that flies. In game, these dragons are actually the strongest attacking cards. So, yeah, they're really good at attacking. So something ranged. Flying, destructive, normal element, but it's small. I could do something like a dragonfly, but like a mechanical dragonfly. But I think that would suit maybe insects more. If it was big, I would do like an airship or something. Like a big plane. But we have a small size, so I do remember there was this interesting, just learned about, this super small fighter, jet fighter, called the Goblin Mosquito or something. It really is this small. And it's a parasitic fighter, which means it basically used this hook to hang on off other planes. So I could use that for as some inspiration for something. There's also this fun we could use like a flying hot balloon, but it's like a squid balloon. Well, not a squid, what do you call them? Jellyfish. Like an air fish. Jelly air fish. Airy fish. It is supposed to have a ranged attack. So... maybe it is carrying missiles in its hands. A sort of missile squid drone. Squid, it's not a squid, it's a... I forgot the name again. Squid. Squid. Jellyfish. A jellyfish drone. A flying jellyfish drone that carries its ordnance in its arms. I think that's a cute idea. I'll sketch it out a bit better. I think the top part looks alright, but I think I wanna make the missiles and the arms a bit better. And do I want it to carry multiple missiles or just one big one? Because I could have multiple arms go around one big juicy rocket, right? Like here, boom. Which would look cute. Or multiple rockets. I'm just going to draw it a little bit to compare. Yeah, I think definitely multiple arms is the way to go. This looks way more interesting visually. Well, a little bit more interesting visually. And we still have this big rocket in the middle. Ooh. Nuclear jellyfish. Atomic jellyfish. Nuclear missile carrier. It's kind of funny if it carries nuclear missiles, so I just put the atomic symbol here. We want a missile facing this way because both are going on this axis, so we want to balance it out a little bit. From this side, then spikes for fins like this, and actually I think I will put a rocket here, which has just been launched. Oh yeah, I think this makes it more dynamic. And then there will be like background rockets in the background here. Well, background, because it's technically still the foreground, right? But and we can add like more rockets here. Yeah, like this. And in the background we can add more of the jellyfish floating like this, to show he doesn't travel alone, but in swarms. I should draw it in various sizes, so otherwise it looks a bit too flat. This guy should be a little bit bigger. And then just these little dots, signifying there are more of them. Nice, 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 nice. I'll just make it a little bit less black, so I can properly draw over it. Right, and let's get into it. I don't think there's any necessity for me to have a special foreground layer, so I will just be drawing these most important elements on the foreground. Yes, that's a nice rocket plume. Of course. like this. Yeah, I think the main jellyfish will be on the foreground as well. Like on the biggest foreground, I mean. Yeah, but this back part then will be on the underground, the other ground, the middle ground, I suppose you would call it. Ooh, now I guess the question is, what kind of eyes do I want it to have? Square, it can have pupils, right? Like big googly eyes, or just black dots. I know just the black dots kind of fit the jellyfish more, I think. That is the question. I think I will give it the full eyes with big pupils. Like this. Nice. This part will be a reflection. I will do that with color. Yeah. Now let's get on to the rockets. I'll change my brush size here. Because these things are a little bit more detailed. So I will need a thinner brush. I'll use a slightly bigger one for this because it's more in the front. Yes, I want one to be snaking around like this. Around the fins. Then one underneath the fins. Twice like this. And then one more, but from the other side. Okay, this is a little bit too high. Same with this. Yeah, looking better. Yeah, onto the other buckets. You know, it's pretty much just a detail game. Just adding all of these missiles. All right. I think the main squid is almost done. And now we can start doing the background squids. Or will I color in the first level? Actually, I think I will color in the first level first. Just so I can see how everything will look in comparison. Yeah, I gotta angle this down a little bit so it's facing the correct direction. And then I have to do this. Nice, 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 nice. Add a few things here. Yeah. And I think I will make these frontal ones a little bit thicker. I mean, they are in the foreground, so... Oof, mixing widths like this, that doesn't really look that great, but I'll leave it like that. It's like whatever. It's not a big deal. Now let's go on colors. It's kind of like a purplish, pinkish. Yes, something like that. Maybe a little bit more saturated. Maybe a little bit more reddish. Yeah, I like that more. I like that even more. Even more red. Too saturated. And I think this is too red already. You want it to be like slightly purplish, like this. And then we want a a highlight right over here. And on this other lobe on the same side. And with a highlight in the middle. Just a relatively small highlight. And we can do some highlights in the eyes. And we wanted to give it a blush. Just gonna try a few different colors here. Oh yeah, this pinkish one looks way better. Nice, nice, nice. Now we have to color in the missiles. Obviously the nuclear symbols will be yellow, so I'll just get right on that. Yes, like this. Kinda impossible to click on these details, but we make do. And now we want to color in the missiles themselves. Should not be really that difficult. We just need to pick a grayish color. We could pick something more exciting as well. Actually, maybe I'll pick a dark red. Just so it's more exciting that way. What would the rest of the body look like? Blue perhaps? Okay, let's do the saturated. I think the red contrasts too much with the with the red. The blue contrasts too much with the red. Green is kinda too aggressive and doesn't really fit. Purple looks weird on missile. I think maybe grayish, just the grayish missiles is fine. Maybe if I make it deep blue. I'll try deep blue because the deep blue will contrast with the squid's tentacles, which will be light pink. So, yeah. Nice, nice, nice. I will make the fins red as well. It's just so they are easier to see and distinguish from the tentacles and the other stuff. What the hell is this red? Okay. It's gone now. Luckily. I'm using a normal brush for this instead of the fill tool because the fill tool is really not good for these small details. So you have to click on the exact pixel and just doesn't fill everything in anyway, so yeah. I'm just cleaning up these little annoying missing pixels right now. Next time, I will actually try drawing without line art. Kinda want to do it now, but I forgot that I want to do it, so I didn't. But yeah, that way you can avoid these annoying pixels. Yeah, now we color in the fins. I think I'll make them a little bit darker than the main body. Maybe not actually. Yeah, it looks better when it's bright. And I'll just trace them around, kind of overwriting the line art of the fins. Not fins, but chapadla. Tentacles. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Okay, I'm at least glad it contrasts well enough for us to actually see what is going on. Well, I mean, see what the tentacles are doing, because they were blending in really hard before. But now with this color, yeah, it looks much better. Well, I think this is another fin or something. I actually don't know what that is. I don't think it belongs here. Go away. Yeah. I'll even leave a little bit of the tentacle line art uncolored, because I don't. It kind of looks a little bit dynamic that way. It's kind of interesting how there is. It's like shading, basically. It implies shading. Now we can join on the second layer. I'll draw in the back of the squid like this, and then color it in with slightly darker main squidness. Like this. Maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. And now I will go into the background squids. And I think I will not use line art for these. I will just straight up color them in. Yeah, and I will add actually yellow for the engine here. Maybe blue, like a bright blue flame. Ugh, no, that looks bad. Just want a nice yellow. Yellow-ish jet engine. We'll get the hotter flames in the middle and the yellower on the side. Actually expand it a little bit over the line art. Like this. Yeah, I guess that looks alright. Now I'll do a little bit of detailing. I mean, now I have to add the missiles to the background squids. Simple lines like this will do, and then I'll just add like red dots and the tentacles. Yeah. Yeah, simple like this. Nothing extra. And I'll drop down my brush size to 2, just so it's not too overwhelming. Nice, 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 nice. Uh, yeah, and finally we have to add eyes to these guys. Yeah, they look pretty cute in my opinion. Nice. And then for the bigger ones, we'll add a little bit of a highlight on the one side. Yeah. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. What more could we want to add? Well, they're obviously flying through the sky. So for the background, these are all on the background, right? Oh no, they're in the second layer. Okay, that makes my job way easier. I was kind of scared that I put them on the uh, last layer, but they're in the middle layer, so we're kind of fine. I'll just erase the sketch. I will actually use the skybox this time and add a sky color. I don't know what the sky looks like. Something like this, I think. But like lighter. I think maybe this is sky color. Yeah, and then we just plop in clouds. Call me Cloud Poppins, the way I pop in clouds. Just use a big brush to brush a bunch of big clouds in. And I'll actually draw ground on the bottom part, so yeah. And actually what I want to do is draw the biggest clouds on the top and the smallest ones in the middle, because it's gonna imply that the horizon is here, so things get smaller as they get towards the horizon. Right? Because they're further apart, further away. Don't need that high of a cloud density, honestly. It's become a bit too regular. We don't want that. Yes. Nice, nice, nice. We will actually erase this horizon line for now. I'll just plop in green for the ground. And I would like some mountains. It's like dark brownish. Yeah, something like this, maybe a bit grayish even. Ooh, and I'll drop a C even here. Oh, and I can already see there will be a burning port city here. I guess I'll just color that manually. Boop, 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 boop. Ugh, come on. It's impossible to find that missing part, so I'll just have to do it manually. Right, great, great, great. Yeah, then I will use a little bit of white to actually put snow on the mountains. They are pretty high. Like this. And then we want a burning city. A burning city which they just bombarded. So I'll just put something like this in here. With like, you know, a few growths. Because it's not a... No city is a perfect circle. Yeah. And like harbor lines here. Make it a little bit more of a natural harbor. An extension of gray rock perhaps, or beach rock even. Like this. And white for ships and their sails. Uh, or whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be a medieval city, right? It probably isn't. And then we had fires and explosions. Red fires because it's a burning city and cities burn red. We'll add a road coming out of the city and a few darker patches, well, a few lighter patches as wheat fields, like this. Uh-huh. And darker green for forests. Ooh, nice. And then we'll just add a few missile streaks, smoke streaks, to show that they've been targeting the city with missiles. Nice! And I think I will just add a little bit of dark smog, burnt smog coming from the city using an opacity brush on layer 2. Maybe I'll use absolute blackness. Almost absolute blackness. Trying to find the correct smoke shade right now. Yeah, I think that's all right. Think that works. And yeah, looks like we're done here. Dragons, they're small. Yeah, they're range, normal. All right. And we will call it... I forgot what they were called again. Squids. 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 Because they're not squids, they are... jellyfish. Jellyfish. Jelly launchers. Let me just Google something quick. Okay, Google Translate is not helping at all. Oh, I wrote it wrong. Ooh, in the Czech language, a jellyfish is actually called a medusa. So that's kind of funny, I guess. I will actually use the Dutch name then, because jellyfish is too long, so I'll just use this. Jelly. Missile carrier. That's not how you write missile. So I'll just Google it again. Or missile drone maybe? Missile... Missiler. Yeah, sure. I can always change the name later. Okay, and now let's add some story. So, employed as mobile missile launchers, jellies are the easiest way of delivering your ordnance to an unsuspecting enemy. As long the only thing that can stop them is an unfavorable wind direction. Oh, there's so many mistakes here, but it's like whatever. Yeah, we're done here. So if you guys wanna see my next card drawing, I guess just subscribe or whatever. See ya, meow, next time.